Hi everyone. In this demo of Gmail, I thought I'd try and address one of the issues that I did have, which I mentioned earlier, which was a bit of a stumbling block for me. And that was when I was responding and forwarding emails that had quite a trail attached to it. So there's been a number of conversations, and I was a little bit unsure at times what I was actually sending and what I wasn't. It took me a little while to figure that out, but I'm very comfortable with it now. So I thought hopefully I might be able to help you avoid the pitfalls that I did. So Google by default is set to treat all emails in conversation mode. So what that means is that if people are constantly responding and replying and forwarding to the same email, it'll group all those together rather than making them separate emails. Now, if you get really stuck, you can turn that off right there. But it is more convenient to have conversation mode on because then you get to see what's been said all the way through. It's more concise. So I left conversation mode on, and I'm going to try and show you how to deal with it. So in my example, I've grabbed my personal email and I've put in a heap of emails, and I've just put email 1, email 2, email 3, email 4. So we get to have a bit of a look. So I'll click on it. Okay, now one of the different things is it runs from top to bottom, which is quite different to Outlook. So that's the first email, that's the second email, that's the third, that's the fourth. What I was having trouble with was there's a very simple reply and forward down here, which is quite easy. You just click on that to reply, that to forward, or up here you've got a few more options. So I'll reply back to this one. Okay, so I'll call this one email 4 from your BME. Now, the trouble is there, I don't know what I'm actually forwarding. There's nothing in the screen. So it's like, well, what the heck? If I grabbed everything, is it just that? I was unsure. The little trick is that, show trimmed content. And there we go. And you can see by the tree structure that it's starting to show you that this is the path that everything took. And then from here, you can modify and change whatever you like as you would in the past. So there we go. So that was one of the key things which I was missing for a while, was where that structure is. So I'm going to send email 4, and then I'll switch back over to my personal. Bang, straight away. Done. Okay. Now, this is a good point. It's starting now to, there's 1, there's 3, email 3, obviously email 4. In here is our missing links. It's starting to truncate them so that it's showing us the first one and it's showing us the last one. That may be all we need to know. That may hold all the information that's relevant, and all the stuff in the middle has just been backwards and forwards and not really getting anywhere. But I always like to see what's going on, so if you just click in that little bracket, it will expand them all. And again, there's our little trim, and you can see. So from here, you start to get a bit better feel. Now, quite often we get responses from other people that we don't want to include in an email. So say I just wanted to forward at this point, and I want to remove all that. Remember, it's flowing down. So that's the first one, that's the second, that's the third, fourth, and fifth. I don't want to include those 2 emails. It's either irrelevant or it's not something that this person needs to see. So in that case, just click on that one. Okay, now you've got your options here. You can now forward. So I will forward that to myself. And email, I think we're up to 5. Well, don't quote me on that. And we'll go from email 2. Now you can see from here, now that you've done that step down, you can see that it's just 1 and 2, hey, then email 1, email 2. So you start to see what you're sending in there. So there's no concerns that you've added stuff you shouldn't, or you've forgot things. And of course you've got all your features down here below. Okay. Go back to here. And there we go. And it's flowing. And I found in Gmail it doesn't tell you, but in Google Apps for Business, which is what we're about, it will actually give you a bit of an indicator of how many other messages are being truncated there. These work perfectly fine. Now, finally, the last thing is sometimes you want to modify the subject line. You want to get rid of that forward, 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 forward. And that was caused me a bit of trouble. So once again, we'll just do the last one. Any of those sort of things, they're just in there. Okay. Reply forward, so you can do stuff straight from there as well. Edit subject. Get rid of forward. Test. And then our little shift and click button, and it puts it out into a screen if we want to. Okay. So I hope that's clarified that. It can be, if you're used to Outlook, that's quite a learning curve there. That is something that is dealt with quite differently. Everything else is quite easy to adapt to. That one took me a little bit of getting my head around to do that, but I'm hoping by showing you that, you see what's involved and you can forward there, or you can go from any point in the past and go, yeah, that's what I want to send, and you can go from there. Okay, I hope that helps. Thank you.